So if you read the instruction manual here, on this page 15, it kind of gives you a guide of where you got to go depending on what you want to build. And being that I'm going to go mid-motor 3, so mid-motor 3 gear, follow steps 21 to 23. So I'm going to go to page 21. Step 21. Oh, okay, and I guess I got to do step 17 too, also. So 17 talks about mid-motor 4, mid-motor 3, and it talks about just how the gears go together depending on which way you're going to go with it. So we got to go with bank E. I'm not going to open all that up right away because there's a lot of other stuff in there that I don't need right now. So slipper for sure is not going to get opened. I suppose the gears got to get opened. Assuming my bearings need to be opened up. And my hardware. Alright, so mid-motor 3. I gotta find my tranny halves. .310 257. This is one of the reasons I bought this kit, is because of the availability to go mid-motor or rear motor with it. I thought that was a pretty cool setup. Looks like they fit together good. Okay. Now if you look in here, you can see right here, trying to look at my camera and do the same time. Right here, there's two spots you can mount that gear, that idler. And that idler, depending on if you're going to go 3 gear or 4 gear with it. If you go 3 gear, you got your diff here, and then you have 1 gear here, 1 gear here. If you're going to go 4, you got your diff, 2, use the other one, 3, 4. So remember we're doing 3 gear though, so 3 gear, which takes me down to this step here. Looks like I'm going to put in, they want me to use the green grease. Nope, that's not the green grease. On the gears themselves. So basically what it is the diff goes, before the diff goes in here, obviously we have bearings we got to push in. 1 in each half. We'll get them in right away. These little brass bushings, I guess we got a bearing on each side of these. See that? The diff is going to go in, and so this is basically going to be my left side now. This thing's going to point to the front. So my right side's over there, so I want my adjustment to be on that side. So I'm going to take 2 of these little brass bushings, put it on right here. I'm going to slide that into here. Create the biggest idler we have. And what that's going to happen is there's going to be a bearing pushing each side of there. And those bearings are 601, 002. And match my bearing up this size. It's that one there. So I'm going to push that bearing in here. Push another one on that side. Then I got 310, 247. Those are both the same, so I got one of these pins, they're both the same. That's going to fit on here. And then I got a shim on each side of it. And that shim is 709033. Let's get one of these guys. Basically two-size shims here. So I'm just going to put it on one side for now because this is only going to be one side of the tranny. That's going to go in the lower hole of those two holes I showed you. You put it in the top hole, it won't fit. Because if it goes in the top hole, it's going to miss this gear because this gear is going to spin. You put it in the top hole. If I put this shaft, I'm going to show you the other one here. Put it in the bottom hole. Right here. I put it in the top hole, what's going to happen is it puts it far enough away that it does not hit the diff. So then the diff will actually spin this gear will spin that gear, and that gear will spin that gear, and that's what gives it a different direction, gives a tranny a different direction, and gives the motor ability to spin the other direction. So, inside of the hole here now, I'm going to get another bearing, and that bearing is going to be 601022, and that's one of the smaller bearings. Drop him in there. I'm going to pull this shaft out first. Got a little fuzzy in there. Probably should have put all that together first because that bearing's going to want to go in there hard. If you're ever going to push it in, make sure whatever you're using is big enough that you're pushing in that bearing nice and square, because you can mess that sucker up. So put this guy back together. Get my washer back on here, my shim. Roll. Okay. Oh, I see this idler's keyed. Idler, there's a spot on the shaft here, and the idler's keyed to that. And that thing spins nice. Liking it. So I'm going to get another one of these little shims. Put it over this shaft, the center one here. The two brass washers over the top of the diff. Out drive, basically. Oop. Tranny's gonna slide together.